the deafening silence you're scared of. She's scrolling through her phone right now, probably laughing at a funny reel or a meme someone just sent her, double-tapping stories from her friends, updating her own story with a coffee pic or a sunset filter, completely immersed in her daily routine, living her life as if nothing major has changed. Meanwhile, you're sitting there in the quiet of your room, or maybe out walking alone, staring at your screen, heart racing a little, wondering if any of those laughs or posts have even a tiny corner of her mind occupied by thoughts of you. You're replaying every moment, every conversation, questioning if walking away was truly the smartest decision, if it was brave or just foolish. That urge keeps creeping in to type out that message you've already drafted, edited, deleted, red drafted at least 17 times now. Hey, how have you been? Or something casual to test the waters? Because the silence between you too feels deafening, doesn't it? It feels like surrender, like you're handing her over to someone else or to her own freedom without a fight. Like if you don't say something soon, she'll forget you ever existed in her world. But let me stop you right there and share something powerful with you. That very silence you're afraid of isn't pushing her further away at all. In reality, it's doing the opposite. It's slowly, quietly, almost invisibly pulling her back toward you in ways she hasn't even fully processed or admitted to herself yet. The longer you remain truly gone, no likes, no views, no subtle reactions, no breadcrumbs of attention, the louder and more impossible to ignore. Your absence becomes inside her thoughts. It's not some cheap psychological trick or a why constant effort only works when it's reciprocal temporary ploy. This is rooted in something much deeper, something most people only discover after they've exhausted every other option and ended up emotionally drained, chasing shadows, losing pieces of themselves along the way, just to cling to someone who wasn't holding on with the same grip. From the time we were kids, society drilled into us this romanticized idea that real love demands constant effort, endless showing up, grand gestures, fighting tooth and nail for the person you want. And on the surface, yeah, that sounds poetic and heroic, pouring your heart out, never giving up, proving your devotion. But here's the hard, rarely spoken truth that gets glossed over in movies and songs. Effort only truly lands and builds something lasting when it's reciprocal, when both people are investing, when both are showing up, when both are choosing each other daily. Showing up consistently only carries weight when the other person is actually there waiting to meet you halfway. And fighting tooth and nail for someone who's not lifting a finger to fight for you. That's not noble love. That's quiet. Self. Betrayal. That's slowly abandoning your own dignity, your own needs, your own peace, in the hope that one day they'll magically notice and match you. Think back to how it's been lately. You send the good morning text, the thoughtful check-in, the funny meme you know she'll like, the how was your day that shows you actually care. You listen to her vent, you celebrate her wins, you offer comfort when she's down, you pour the moment you stop, what she really feels in attention, affection, reliability, emotional labor, and what comes back? Crickets for hours or days. Short, polite replies that feel like afterthoughts. Ha ha ha, yeah, or busy RN, or a thumbs up emoji that stings more than silence. The pattern is clear. You're always the initiator, always the one bridging the gap, always left wondering if you even register on her radar anymore. That imbalance doesn't just hurt, it erodes you over time. Then comes the turning point. You stop. Not out of spite, not to punish her, not because your feelings vanished overnight. You stop because a light finally switches on inside you. Caring deeply isn't enough when it's flowing in only one direction. One-sided devotion isn't sustainable. It's exhausting. It's like watering a plant that's already been uprooted. You can keep pouring, but nothing grows back. So, you pull back. You choose silence as an act of self-respect. At first, she barely registers it. Your background noise in her life. Reliable. Always there you. She figures you're swamped with work or maybe hanging with friends or just taking a breather. She tells herself you'll pop back up tomorrow with your usual energy. Tomorrow arrives, then the day after, then a full week. No morning greeting, no random saw this and thought of you, no check-in. The space where your presence used to live suddenly feels empty, noticeable, almost heavy on her chest. If any part of this is hitting home hard, if you've been the one pouring everything in while getting scraps, feeling crazy for wanting basic reciprocity, then hit that subscribe button right now. Not because I'm begging for numbers, but because you deserve a space that constantly reminds you you're not unreasonable for wanting her quiet moments and rereading old chats' mutual effort. You're not too much for refusing to shrink yourself smaller to fit someone else's comfort zone. The people who stick around here are done with one-sided dynamics, done playing small, done accepting less than they give. If that's resonating with you, welcome home. Let's dive even deeper. Now picture what's unfolding in her world during this stretch of your genuine absence. She starts by convincing herself she's totally fine. I don't care, she repeats in her head. She's got her friends, her routine, her distractions, maybe even other options sliding into her DMs. She posts more, stories, goes out more, tells herself she's thriving. But then come the quiet moments late at night when the phone's in her hand, notifications have slowed, and the house is silent. She scrolls to your chat, no new messages. She scrolls up instead, rereading old threads. She sees how much you carried every conversation, how you asked questions, remembered details, made her feel heard and seen. She notices the pattern she ignored before. You were always there, always steady, always giving more. A small pang hits her, not full-blown regret yet, but curiosity mixed with something uncomfortable. Was I too distant? Did I push him too far? She might test the waters subtly, posts a story she knows you'd normally heart or reply to, likes one of your old posts from months ago, sends a low-stakes saw this and remembered you text that's easy to send without admitting vulnerability. This is the critical fork in the road most guys see. That ping and explode with hope. She's reaching out. She misses me. They reply instantly. Warm, eager, grateful, flooding the chat with energy. And just like that, the tension dissolves for the critical test. When she reaches out subtly she gets her confirmation. You're still hooked, still available, still her safety net. The discomfort fades because she realizes she didn't truly lose you. You were just paused, waiting. But what if you don't bite? What if that message sits unread or read but unanswered? What if days stretch into more days with zero reaction from you? Now the uncertainty ramps up. She can't reassure herself that you're just playing hard to get. She starts wondering if you're really gone, if you've moved on, if someone else is getting the version of you she once had. Humans hate unresolved loops. Our brains are wired to seek closure, to fill gaps with meaning. When none comes, the mind spirals, remembering your laugh, your support on bad days, the little ways you made life feel easier. Questions flood in. Did I take him for granted? Was I selfish? Did I let go of someone genuinely good? The longer the silence holds, not as a game, but as a firm boundary, the more those questions echo louder. Your absence gains real weight because it's authentic. It's not needy distance disguised as strategy. It's you choosing your peace, your growth, your dignity over begging for scraps. Let me be crystal clear so no one twists this. This isn't manipulation. This isn't ignore her to make her chase. That's insecure gameplay rooted in fear. What I'm describing is radically different. It's self-respect in action. It's refusing to audition endlessly for a part you already earned. It's prioritizing your mental and emotional health over forcing a connection that's become lopsided and painful. And here's why it lands so powerfully. Authenticity radiates. When you pull away from neediness, it feels forced. When you pull away from genuine self-worth because you've redirected your energy to your own life, your goals, your people, that energy shift is magnetic without trying. Imagine the man who embodies this. He knows his value quietly without arrogance. He doesn't obsess over her stories or refresh her profile. He doesn't craft perfect replies hoping for a crumb. He's out there building. What happens if you don't bite, hitting the gym, leveling up at work, laughing with friends who reciprocate, pursuing hobbies he neglected, not to make her jealous, not for show, but because he's genuinely investing in himself? That version of you becomes undeniable. She doesn't just miss the old comfort. She senses you've evolved, leveled up, become less predictable, and more intriguing. The safe, always there guy is now a question mark, an uncertainty about access to someone valuable that stirs fear of real loss. The scariest question for most guys: what if she never reaches out? What if she moves on completely, dates someone else, and you fade into her past? Honestly, yes, that possibility exists. She might not crack, she might rationalize it away forever, and if that terrifies you to your core, that's valuable intel. You're still tying your worth to her choice. You're still seeking validation from the very person who couldn't match your energy. Break that chain first. Ask better questions. What if I keep wasting years waiting for her to wake up instead of creating a life where my worth shines so bright no one can miss it? The real tragedy isn't her walking away. It's you abandoning yourself to keep her. When a man truly walks away, not pretending but fully, he releases the need for her approval. He stops analyzing every past word. He accepts he gave his best, and if it wasn't enough, the compatibility wasn't there. That acceptance liberates him. Time and real distance do the rest. Every day without contact forces her to sit with the void. Minds hate open endings. They invent stories, assign meaning, amplify memories. She misses the consistency she dismissed, the safety she overlooked, the way you actually showed up. Those taken for granted things become irreplaceable in hindsight. Most men crumble here. The silence feels like rejection, so they cave, text, explain, chase. The moment they do, the pressure releases, and she resets to seeing them as optional. But if you endure, if you let discomfort forge you stronger, transformation. Authentic absence versus manipulative games happens. You redirect all that overthinking energy inward. You wake with purpose. You move your body, chase goals, say no to drains, and yes to growth. Slowly, she occupies less mental space. Not forced, but natural because your life fills up. When or if she returns, you see clearly the inconsistencies, the red flags you once excused. You decide from strength, not scarcity. Maybe the dynamic evolves if she's grown too. Maybe you realize you deserve someone who matched you from day one. No dramatic wake-up required. Picture that evolved you. Calm, centered, unapologetic about boundaries, not bitter, not chasing validation, just living intentionally. You attract people who respect access to you because your actions demand it. No more backups, no more one-sided effort. So right now, if you're stuck in a cycle of being the eternal initiator, the emotional provider with no return, stop. Stop texting. Stop over-explaining. Stop proving. Walk away because you value yourself too much to beg for basic respect. Then build. Use the space to become unbreakable. If she returns, evaluate coldly. If not, you're already winning. You reclaimed your life. The longer the distance, the deeper the impact on her. But far more importantly, the stronger, clearer, more powerful you become. If this stirred something deep, the real win, becoming unbreakable, whether she returns or not, if it's awakening that part of you tired of settling, smash subscribe right now. This isn't about quick pickup tricks or ways to fake confidence. This is for men ready to stop handing power away, ready to stop waiting for someone else to recognize their worth, ready to forge a life so solid that anyone who doesn't match it simply doesn't get in. We're building unbreakable self-respect here. If that's your path, you're in the right place. You don't need her to come back for this to be worth it. You don't need her apology or her realization. You just need to trust that pairing real self-respect with consistent time apart shatters illusions, and reveals truth. You're not losing by staying gone. You're gaining clarity, confidence, freedom, your entire life back. That's worth infinitely more than any delayed reply or half-hearted breadcrumb. You're worth more than crumbs. Stop settling for them. Remember who you are and watch everything change. Like this video, if it hit hard, drop a comment with, "I'm choosing me," if you're committing to this path. Turn on notifications so you never miss the reminders, and subscribe if you're ready to keep leveling up. Let's keep going together. You've got this.